Hi, it's Leah, and today I'm going to discuss some of the businesses that, in my opinion, are the top businesses for anybody who is interested in getting a little taste into the business world, the entrepreneurial world, or the self-employment world. All right, and the first business I would suggest, right, to somebody who is now coming out for the first time, you're not really sure what business exactly you want to be in, but you know you want to be in business, you just don't feel like you're fit for work, all right, or you feel like you are unemployable by some means or the other, you know, these are the businesses that you can get into that are successful businesses. People run very successful businesses with these ideas, and they're not expensive. I'm not going to give you any big expensive, business like buying a franchise or something like that. That is ridiculous. If you're just starting out and you don't have much capital, as many people and young people in Trinidad and Tobago would not. One of the major issues is the lack of finance, right, for your business, or sometimes you have to actually subject yourself to a TV show, right? To hope to win, to be able to meet your investors or your sponsors or whatever for your business. So there are other businesses that you could start that you can use as your capital, um, your means of raising capital for whatever business you might be interested in. And the first one is basically under the broad umbrella of sales. All right, we know that nothing happens in the world without a sale. Even down to going to your interview, you are actually selling yourself to this company. You have to explain to them why you are a best fit. What about you makes you interesting to the company that they should hire you, or based on your skills and academic qualifications, why would you be a benefit, why would you be a good fit, or how can you benefit the company? Those are basically the lines of questioning that companies will ask you in in the modern times, right? And so you have to sell yourself every time you answer a question that is suitable to their ears. It's actually a sale taking place, right? Even though there isn't the physical product passing between you and the person, or vice versa, right? So under the sales umbrella, we have several things that Trinidad and Tobago, you know, citizens, I'm speaking to you, that's why I will say Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, people all over the world do these, right? So people right here who may not have been exposed to certain ideas of business, right? This is what this is about, right? So one of the things that, anybody can start doing is something called drop shipping. All right. Yes, it is sales, but it is a type of sale that doesn't require you to have any inventory on hand. All right, what do I mean? I mean, there are manufacturers who have systems in place whereby all you need to do is set up your storefront, have customers go to your storefront like Shopify or a Facebook store, right? And they purchase there on this website, but is actually the manufacturer that is filling the order. So let's just say John comes to you on your site. They see that you are selling watches, right? And John says, "Hey, I like this watch. I will purchase this watch." What then happens is that by them ordering there, you then now put in the order with the manufacturer, right, of the watch, and the manufacturer of the watch send the product out to the customer. That just means that you were like a middleman in between the customer and the manufacturer. It's under that fancy term of drop shipping. The company send out the order and so on. But of course, in that business, what you'd have to be careful about is that you need to make sure that your manufacturer has high standards, so that what your customers are getting, would be quality products, because you don't want to be selling substandard products to your customers, and then it wouldn't be the manufacturer that looks bad, it will be your business, your storefront, right? And word, especially negative word, we should know that travels quickly. So drop shipping is one where if you don't have the space, you don't have the money to rent somewhere to store anything, drop shipping is something that could be done, that eliminates that need for inventory. Under the broad umbrella of sales as well, we have physically bringing in products at wholesale prices and then retailing them, at the market price, right? Or even better, you beat the market price, and people could be demanding your stuff, right? More than even the popular brick and mortar stores that you may have in your area, right? So basically, what you would do in that instance, if you were able to gather some cash, you would basically go up on sites like Amazon or sites like Alibaba, AliExpress, some other sites, eBay, and you can get products at you know a cheaper price, or even at the at a wholesale cost, especially places like stores like Alibaba.com, right? Online you can find units of things that are as low as 99 cents, a dollar, $2 for one. All right, of course what they do though is that they require you to buy a minimum amount a lot of the times. So sometimes, let's just say you wanted to sell socks, right? They would probably tell you you need to buy 100 pairs of socks in order to get the socks at a dollar for one, right? Just a rough example. But however, of course, you could bring that in the country and you could sell your socks a dollar for one, a dollar US for one, roughly about $7 TT, and then you could sell your socks for $15. All right, so you make $7, 7 to $8 profit on one pair of socks being sold. So it's basic buy and sell. You can actually get into that. It doesn't take much capital investment when we compare to the traditional brick and mortar structures that we have, right? So you can sell, you can import. Of course, if you are wondering, well, how do I even begin to get products? Or you may go on Amazon and you would see a message saying, hey, we do not deliver to Trinidad and Tobago. If your account is set to Trinidad and Tobago, that is where the skybox comes in. All right, and maybe I'll do a next video on the whole use of skybox in Trinidad and Tobago and how that helps to make the world a smaller place, right? And make business virtually available to anybody, right? So you use your skybox and you bring the products for those people who don't ship to Trinidad, or people who just prefer to get their products within 14 days. That's about the time a skybox would take to get your products right here. So what they would do is that you would put your skybox address. Your skybox allows you to have a warehouse address, a US warehouse address, right, most of the times. And so for companies that would not directly send a product to Trinidad, you will have them send it to that warehouse, and then the local company will then have their logistics set up where they will go to that warehouse or have the product from the warehouse come into Trinidad, and all you do is go into the skybox company, or if your skybox company offers delivery, we have the products reaching you right where you are at home or maybe at work. So you can bring in products at cheap products, and then you could resell, and then you make your profit. Simple buy and sell, and right there you're already in business doing something. So that's the next option under the sales bracket. And of course, under sales again, food sales is essential. It will continue to grow, and it continues to be profitable for everybody who adopt just some basic principles. Of course, nobody would want to have food that isn't tasty. So you may be great at cooking something or putting together some kind of food, or you may have been researching foods outside of the country and you decide you want to bring it here. I don't know if anybody remember when gyro would have first come into Trinidad and Tobago. Gyro wasn't always a common thing to want to eat or to request to eat. All right, but it was brought here, and Trinidad and Tobago, well, Trinidad, I can't speak for Tobago. Maybe in the comments you can let me know how it goes in Tobago. But in Trinidad, there are several people that love up their gyro, right? And they will go and they will spend that $35 for that wrap with that veggies and that meat in there, mixed meat, plain meat, whatever. They love it. So food, right? Food is important. The work, all of us have the same hours in the day, and some jobs are extending working hours. Sometimes with you have family now, you have children, your time is being cut down, and people are no longer getting the time that they would like to have to make breakfast or to make lunch or to even have dinner. So the people who could actually prepare these things and they just go and get it, as we know it as fast food, it's just as it says, quick. You know, you make an order, you get your food on the spot kind of thing. People are interested in that. Food security is national security. You can have everything else in a country. The minute food runs out, it is war. Because food is national security. So anything regarding food, wins, provided that your food is tasty. And sometimes, and I would like to see if anybody disagrees. We could attest that there are several places that the food quality is not even that good, but they are positioned. They occupy a space that is hard to pass by, and people still patronize. So that's how powerful food is, right? Sometimes just because of location, you are successful selling your food, right? Of course, it can be ridiculously bad, but we all know places that still exist, still have customers, and to us, the quality is it not on point, it off, as we say, right? So food is definitely something that you know is in demand, right? It's not going anywhere. People are not backing away from fast food, regardless of the many warnings that the Ministry of Health might put out against buying food, street food, and so on. It isn't going anywhere, it's only increasing. And then sometimes we need to take a little page out of our Chinese friends' book. They continue to open groceries and mini marts and Chinese restaurants, things centered around food, ingredients. Why is that? Because it's a profitable business to get into. It's something that is recession proof. You have to eat. You must eat. All right. So food is something that you can get into. It is under sales. It's under food sales. And there are several other things you can get into where sales is concerned. Secondly, I will suggest transportation. Even if you don't have a car at this point in time, there are several private individuals and a few businesses that allows the average person to be able to have a vehicle, rent to own, work to own. There are so many deals in the market, all right, for you to get your foot in the door and have a vehicle. If you are passionate about driving, it is possible to get a car if you don't have all the requirements that the bank would usually ask for, which would be, more than likely a permanent job to boot, and pay slip and all these things that they ask you for. There are other options in which you can acquire a vehicle. So that's for those who don't have the car. Those of you who have a car, right? There are transportation things that modes of transportation that people always need. All right, people will always need to travel. All right, I have a video on my page speaking about how to acquire a taxi badge. All right, you can get into that, and you can have your taxi service running, a taxi business, or you can join the public taxi service once you have your H badge in Trinidad and Tobago, right? In the modern society, a lot of people are using their cars. Of course, in this aspect, their car has to be of a certain age, more than likely 10 years and younger, right? But people do ride share. Ride share is a modern way, disruptive way, as we call it now, into the transportation industry, right? That is our next topic for next time, but there's ride sharing options where you transport people, all right? You share your ride with people and you make some extra cash for yourself. It is a very, very lucrative, can be very, very lucrative. Of course, it would have to it all falls on you and your business ethic, your desire to hustle. And might I just say, hustle is not a bad word. A lot of people tend to shy away from the word hustle as if it's something negative. But I know for a fact that you could have a business and you put no hustle to it, and you would not be, number one, you would not be the known person, you understand, in your field, in your industry. So, you need some hustle in there, right? Everybody needs a hustle and a grind, all right? So don't make anybody convince you otherwise about a hustle being a bad thing, or no, all right? So transportation business, of course, if you are not into passenger transport, there are courier opportunities. There are people who always need some sort of package delivered or maybe a letter delivered, right? There are also opportunities for people with vans who would be able to carry larger items, right? Bulky items that you can carry in a van, a panel van, a tray van, materials. You're building a little room, you need somebody with a truck, a van to bring some sand or so. You could get into these things if you have these types of transportation, right? So transport is a next business that you can get into fairly easy. And the last one I will talk about for now is if you have a specific talent, especially these days. If you are talented in drawing or you have a creative mind, you could definitely get in on your own content creation, graphics creation. I mean, it's a trend right now in Trinidad and Tobago that companies are asking for social media managers and content creators and graphic artists, people who would be able to put out intriguing images or make a video and have it, capture their intended target audience, right? So if you have these natural artistic abilities, there are several businesses you can get into. That's just one. You can outsource. You can be an outsourced person for social media content. Even you can even be on YouTube. You can create videos. If you are good in that region, you could create videos and become a YouTuber. All right. You can offer your services to the bigger companies and even private individuals, because if you're getting into business, more than likely people still want to get a business card, or your social media needs to be popping according to what you're offering. You need to have interesting posts that will reach out to the people you're trying to reach out to. And so it is definitely a trend in 2019 here that social media experts or experienced social media people are being required, right? All around the board, privately, publicly. Everybody is trying to get in on this social media because that's the way the world is going. That's where the attention is right now. Everybody is in a phone, right? A tablet, whatever, right? And so you need to be trending. Going the days of flyer distribution, that is going down drastically. Everything is taking place on these devices now. So if you have those kind of talents, you can get into that. And so that's what I will wrap up today. All right. So as just for a recap, if you forgot what I spoke of before, we have one, sales, product, services. All right. We also have the transportation business, and we have food business, and we have fourthly artistic abilities, in that you could make videos, you could make interesting images, put together some stuff, and have tell your story or tell your message by use of pictures or videos and so on. So there's a lot of space for people who are talented in those areas, or people who come into these fields. All right, so that was my video for today. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and don't just subscribe, press the bell. The bell allows you to get a notification on your phone for when I drop a next video, maybe like this or something else. Whatever I feel like talking about, I will talk about. And you can follow, and you can leave your comments. Any particular video you would like to hear me speak on, anything in business you would like to hear me, my thoughts, my views, my opinions on, you can always comment. Follow me on social media, Leah CL Moses, Facebook, Instagram, same name, Leah CL Moses, and right here on YouTube, Leah CL Moses. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.